Alright. Welcome back, everyone. Blood Does Not here. Another World of Tanks. This time, there's a whole new top of the tree for World of Tanks right now. It is the American-British tank Tier 10 Centurion Action 10 and the Italian heavy tank, the Tier 10 Rinoceronte. Now, I am going to definitely be doing the pursuit of getting the rest of these tanks back because whenever it's top of the tree or tech tree showcase or whatever you want to call it, it's nice because they highlight everything that it takes to reach the tier 10 and they all get discounted. Every single one. From tier 5 down is 50% off. And then everything up is at least 20 to 30% off. So this is nice. I mean, I'm only missing 2 because the Progetto was top of the tree one time. So I ended up getting all these tanks back. So all I got to do is just get 2. Because I keep all my tier 9s and 10s. So I just need to get the tier 8 Progetto 54 and the tier 7 Caro P88. Which is great. So 1.8 million and 1.03 million. And with what I saved up, I could probably get these 2 right now. We'll see if I can. And as for the British, well, it's actually nice finally another British tank come up because so far, on my quest of getting all these tanks back, only the Badger showed up for top of the tree. So I have all the ones for the Badger, but nothing else, because there hasn't been another British one in a while. So now, what's interesting, well, I'm actually doing a video for this one since I've never done it for the others. Previously, it was the Mouse and right here, the Udez 1516. These were top of the tree last time. So why am I making a video of this one now instead of these 2? Well, for these 2 trees, previous trees, the Udez 1516 and the Mouse, nothing really changed. They're still big powerhouses. They were actually very good to do, especially for the Mouse, as it would skyrocket you to get to the tier 5 for the E100 and E50M. And this one will get you all the way up to the Tiger P, which will help you get to the VK4502A. So Mouse was a good one just to go up to get 2 tier 8s, not so far in the other one for another tier 5. But that was great. That looks like server reset. And then this one, yeah, you got up to the tier 4 for the tank destroyers, but at least you get 2 tier 8s out of this one. It was a good grind, but again, Dude as 1516 had a very unique game style, so it's actually one of the best mediums to get. But anyways, I'm going off topic here. We're going to focus on the other 2. So, and the reason for it is because, well, they didn't get a buff like the Centurion Action 10 or the Rinoceronte. These 2, especially the Centurion, got recently a buff that made them far superior and much more better to play. So Centurion Action 10 got better gun handling, faster reload, better DPM, and it ended up being it's now a fun tank to have. Though still easily able to be destroyed because you still have a giant cupola on your head. It is bigger than the M60s, or actually as big as the M60 almost. So you still got a giant cupola on your head, but it's now a fun tank and is able to keep up with all of its other tier 10 competitors. So that's what's nice about Centurion Action 10, and then they also buffed the 7-1 and the Centurion 1, which is going to be nice to get back. These tanks are now better at improving, but still are not over the top. There are other tier 8s that are better, like the Pershing's still better than the Centurion 1 in-game. But, again, it's nice to get it back, especially these tanks, because this one actually did exist in the real world. And you get the 20-pounder, 1919, you get a good crew, it's over 2,000. So, still not over the top, still not super powerful, doesn't do a whole lot, but is a very mobile, maneuverable, all-around adaptable tank. Very versatile. Centurion's a good one to have. It's not as strong as the 7-1. 7-1 gets that 105. And again, the Centurion Action 10 has a 105 as well, making them a powerhouse tank. The only issue you have to be aware, the Centurion Action 10 has heat for gold. The 7-1 has Hesh for gold. And I've always seen a lot of people take Hesh in the 7-1, and then they end up not pinning. a lot of the times because the hash on here has way less pen than the AP CR. So beware of that. So yeah, other than that, it's going to be nice. The British, almost an American here. I guess I'm too used to American. They have better tanks in the game. But the British tanks, still, that doesn't mean they don't have a fun tank. They have a very fun tank. Comet got buffed too. The Cromwell? Nah, the Cromwell wasn't touched. So that's the thing. This wasn't touched, and unfortunately, this is still being overshadowed by its tier 6 counterpart, which I probably will do a video on just both of them. So is it this one? You get the tier 6 75 Vickers. It's still a good worthy tank, over 2,000 DPM, very fast, very maneuverable. 0.35 dispersion is still an issue, but it wasn't as bad as it was before. It was pretty bad accuracy, and the Comet had a worse accuracy. That's why between tier 7s I always said the T20 was better. The Comet had such a terrible aiming for a tier 7 in the game. But that was one of the things they just did in this recent buff. They made it better. They lowered the dispersion, made the aim time better. So I can't wait to see how this goes. But I'm still going to believe that the T20 is better than this. So sorry everyone who loves the Comets. The American T20 is better. Of course, none of them are still competing against the Chinese tier 7 with the T-34 one, which is still the best tier 7 medium tank in the game. Even though it's very inaccurate, it's a very versatile tank. Now this is another thing. This is why I always laughed at too. Sniper medium tank, and yet its dispersion was even worse than the Cromwell's. So I didn't use this as a sniper. I ran around like a maniac because these are fast tanks. Very fast tanks. So yeah, just letting y'all know about that one. Can't wait to get all these back. Without that further ado, before I get off, let's see if I can actually get these two and finish this line real quick. Huh. Why is it saying it won't let me purchase? Oh, never mind. It's because the servers are resetting right now, so it won't let me purchase them. Oh, well. Yeah, I'm a little early right now. My sleep schedule is way off. So, yeah. That's the gist of it. Just wanted you to know about that. So, hopefully, I get to see you in match. If you're on the same server as I am, NA server. And hopefully you're grinding for the same ones for these two tanks. Now... Oh, wait, I didn't go over Rinoceronte. Rinoceronte got a buff. Yeah, I did. Yeah, I didn't go over it. So Rinoceronte is now finally a worthy tank to play. It used to be the laughable, mean tank at tier 10s when it came out. Unlike all the other heavy tanks for the line, like the Progetto 66 ended up being the best in the whole tree. So yeah, this was a powerhouse tank. When you get it, it's great. When you first get it, its turret is like wonky. You're like, ooh, it's a weird looking turret. But this ended up being the greatest tank in the tree because the Rinoceronte's turret. Yeah, you may think this looks like it's not going to bounce a whole lot, or it's going to bounce a lot of rounds. It actually doesn't bounce a whole lot of rounds. The armor on the two cheeks were so pitifully low. It just absorbed everything, and if you fire nothing but gold rounds, you were getting penned all the time. And it was even to a point where the FV4005 and FV215B183 were crushing their turret. They weren't penning it, but because of how the turret shaped is, they smacked it because this didn't have a whole lot of armor for some reason. It just destroyed them. So that was the issue with the Rinoceronte. Nobody played it. It was just a terrible tank to come out with. It wouldn't block rounds. Thankfully, they beefed it up a bit. So now it's 210. They made the angle... They made this spot, the cheeks, better. Not overpowered, even though we would have liked to see just a little bit more improvement to be able to crest over the hill and be able to use its negative 10 degree gun depression, like the Basante. But you can play it. That's a thumbs up for me. As long as we can play the tank and have fun, that's what I want. That is what I want. I'm hoping to God we don't get those crew experience. So, yeah. Hopefully, I'll see you all here in the servers. I hope to see you. And let me know if you're grinding for these 2 tanks. It'll be, trust me, it's great to actually have these. The Rinoceronte and Centurion Action 10 are very good tanks to have. So hopefully you all pursue for that. Get these 2 tanks. Get these tech trees done. And I'll let you know on my pursuit when I get them all. For my pursuit, I'm getting all the tanks back. With that, let's do a quick recap, see where I'm at. So, all the T110E5, because all I was missing was the T32, which I am happy I got this tank back. Still need the T69, the M2 and M3, because I didn't keep the tanks in this one except for the Pollack. Pollack was fun. I got the Bulldog back, but now I need to get the rest of the light tanks. And then I need the tank destroyers, because I didn't complete this one. Go to Germany. Of course, got all the ones for the mouse. And then got the VK4502 Alpha, because that was all by itself. Got the Tiger 2, because that was the last one in the line. Got all the light tanks out of Top Panzerwagen, which was like 2 or 3 months ago. So all I need is to get the 2 medium lines and the tank destroyers. Russia. There hasn't been a Russian tech tree except for the T100 recently. What was the T100? T100 was just after the Rheinmetall, like 2 months ago. Oh, there hasn't been another one. And as you can see, I need them all. That shows you. The start of me reclaiming my tanks, they have not done a Russian tech tree showcase or top of the tree in a while. Only one. Wow. Because that, again, that is a lot. The only issue is, of course, all the artillers I have to buy separately because they're not going to do an artillery top of the tree. Almost forever. Right, and that's the second one. So that's nice. So 1, 2, 4 lines left. France. Now here, they did the AMX 50B, yet I did not get the ARL 44. I need to get the ARL 44 and the AMX 65T just to get the heavy tanks back. They did the light tank. I got the 105 line. Need the EBR line. And then the tank destroyer and artillery. I have all the Czechoslovakian tanks. Of course, one of the easiest ones to finish is only 2 tier 10s. I had them all before, and then the heavies came out. I have all the Japanese tanks. I actually got all these before the top of the tree. Type 5 was one of them. I didn't wait for that. I just got them all back. Chinese tanks, only the WZ-111-5A came up. This line I kept. Just waiting on the other 3, especially for this one. Like I said, this is the best tier 7 in the game. Let me show you it fully upgraded on why. So it's got a great 100mm, despite the fact it's very poor accuracy compared to the others, with a lower DPM. But the fact that it hits real hard and you're not exposed all the time, and still being quite maneuverable, that turret shape is also what makes it help deflect a lot of rounds. The turret's real good. Decent spotting, not as great as the others. But just basically how the tank is, how it looks, and how it performs just makes this thing all around the best tier 7 in the game. Still hard to believe that it is, despite the fact its accuracy is worse than the others, but it truly is. This gun hits as hard as the T20. Better survivability than the T20. Almost the same maneuverability as a Comet, but hits harder than a Comet. So it's like, yeah, it's the best of both. But yeah, just waiting on that to see if I can get that back. Of course, those are the only 2. I might just get them back. Those are the only 2, 3 light tanks, and the rest tank destroyers. Like I said, because I have so much, I was going to save and just start buying these before waiting, but since it was getting close to the new lines, I decided to hold on to them. I need to get all the Polish medium tanks back. This is going to be an exciting one to go top of the tree. That's the best tier 10 medium tank in the game outside of war tanks. Again, because UDA's 15, 16 was on tech last month, I have all the Swedish tanks now. And I now have, these are the last 2, so I'll have all the Italian tanks. That's going to be good. That's what? Going to be 1, 2, 3, 4 lines done. So that's going to be great. 4 nations done. But yeah, that's what I have, and I'm hoping, again, I always do this. Hoping to see you all in game, to see you all track. Let me know how far you are. If you're going to pursue for the Centurion Action X and Rinoceronte, let me know down below. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If I am still doing poorly and have a terrible voice, give it a thumbs down. I don't care. And give that subscribe button a click just to follow me and find out when I do more videos like this. So thank you all so much for watching. Stay safe, and until then, I hope to see you on the battlefield. Bye-bye.